Hi, my name is Ariane Tong. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing a book that I recently read called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It is written by Mark Haddon, and if you haven't heard about it, here is my short synopsis on the book. So, in the book, the main character is Christopher Boone, a 15-year-old who lives in Swindon, England in the late 1990s. And we get to watch the story develop through Christopher's point of view, and although the book does not directly state it, Christopher is autistic. The story begins with Christopher discovering his neighbor, Mrs. Shear's dog, murdered in her front yard by a gardening fork. Christopher is determined to find out who murdered the dog because he is infatuated with the truth and he hates lies. During his investigation, a lot of lies in Christopher's life becomes resurfaced and revealed to Christopher, and we get to watch Christopher grow and adapt to these changes in his life. Now that my synopsis is over, let's go back to the review. So I'd like to start off this review with my overall opinion on the book. I came into this book thinking it was going to be comedy for several reasons. First off, I knew that the book was written to a Broadway play, and I also knew that the book started with it being a murder mystery about a dog, and usually murder mystery novels are about humans. So with the dog, I thought it was going to be comedic, and I also knew it was written from the point of view of an autistic teenager. So I assumed that it was going to be comedic. I was obviously wrong, and I misinterpreted everything. It was actually quite serious in the end, and it was really eye-opening for me. I learned a lot of lessons and morals and themes about honesty and patience and the compromises that we make for each other in this book, and I actually prefer the seriousness of the novel than the comedy that I was expecting originally in the beginning, and I really enjoyed this novel. Now I'm going to list out some cons I thought of the book and some pros. Here's the first issue I found in the book. I know the book was supposed to be written from Christopher's point of view, but I feel like it would have been easier to read, and I feel like others would have found it easier to read if the sections I say, within the book weren't labeled by prime numbers. I say sections because it was not chapters, and it was not organized by paragraphs, I guess. Each section was labeled by prime number, and sometimes the sections could be 2 paragraphs long, and sometimes they could last for a few pages. So I felt like it was very unorganized and difficult to read at times. Also, within each section, it wasn't labeled chronologically throughout the events in the story. It was just random thoughts of Christopher's jumbled all over. So from one second in the book, he'll be talking about finding the dead dog in the beginning of the story, and then the next he will be talking about how finding a certain amount of cars in a row in a day would make it a good day or a bad day. And it was just very confusing. I know we wanted to understand Christopher's thoughts and point of view entirely, but I feel like the author could have organized this in a better way. My favorite thing about the book is probably how the book is written in the point of view of an autistic teenager. I find it interesting to read things or explore things on other people's minds, thoughts, and feelings. So this point of view in this book really intrigued me as a reader. It also reminded me of a book I read back in middle school. It's called Flowers for Algernon. Sorry if I butchered the name, but it was written from the point of view of a mentally disabled person who was being put through experiments and treatments to increase his IQ. I really enjoyed that book because the author did a great job of portraying the point of view, and I feel like Mark did a great job in the book of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and he did a great job with that point of view, and it really kept me as a reader interested, and it probably intrigued a lot of readers to read the book in the first place. So that is it for my book review on The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. If you guys have any opinions or thoughts that you guys would like to share with me, please leave them in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Have a great day.